welcome to Tea Time with Miss Liz. That's right, it's afternoon tea today. And in the studio, I'm joined with the driving force for FunDonor, the Chima Ezeilo. I think I'm saying it right. I'm not sure, but I'll get him to say his name. So I'm just going to do a little bio intro, and then he's going to take the floor, and we're going to sit back and enjoy and have an incredible tea time together. So Chimi is an architect, housing specialist, art promoter, and filmmaker whose focus is to give a voice to the voiceless. He has always felt his calling was to give back, and that is the driving force behind FunDonor. He also wants to use it to tackle two concerns: a lack of young people giving and poor accountability within charities. He promises the platform will make donating fun. How? By rewarding young people for doing something they love, engaging through social media. His favorite color is blue, and his one word describes him is empowering. So welcome, Chimi, to Tea Time.
Chima.
I wasn't sure if it was Chima or Chimi. I always pronounce the letters for the letters, and I need to stop doing that. So
yeah,
welcome to Tea Time. And could you share with us what FunDonor is all about and how it got started and why you do that?
Yeah, so FunDonor basically is a platform that's not here yet. It's planned for next year. So we haven't started actually with the actual platform itself, but it will be a platform for empowering young people mainly, and empowering them to give back. Okay. And it's basically because I've been empowering young people for about 15 years now. So you asked me about Kambani Arts, and if you had a look, if you wanted to have a look or share, the screen, you'll see it's an arts NGO that we've been running for quite a while now, and I've done quite a lot of empowering projects with young people, engaging them in art projects, and just giving them a voice, which is what I try to do for young people, is give them all a voice. Yeah, so that's the website, the front page. And what we're trying to do is engage them in holistic creative arts projects, and link them to explore things like cultural diversity, just find themselves through the arts, basically. And yeah, I've been doing that 15 years. I think the highlight for me with Kambani Arts was when I oversaw a national exhibition in Nigeria. And we had engaged with about 600 to 700 young public sector school children going on a tour right around the whole country over a year. And we had a competition in 4 zones, and each zone had an output of 3 people who all came to the capital for an exhibition in Lagos. And then after that, the winner was invited by the Queen to Buckingham Palace to present 2 portraits for her. So you can see there's a logo there at the far left for Buckingham Palace. Those are some of the people we've partnered and sponsored with over the years. So this is the parent body that is bringing FunDonor to life. And it's mainly because of this empowering nature that we've had over the years that made me come up with the idea. And it was kind of a chance thing, FunDonor. Because a few years ago, I was on safari. I don't know if I've shared the story with you. I was on safari in Malawi.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I was on safari for the first time. And it was great. It was a nice thing. But what intrigued me is that I wanted to visit a school that was being built for charity. So I've always felt giving back was something I do. And so we went to the site of this school that was being, a big project. But when we got there, we didn't see anything. There was nothing. There's nothing there. There was just some, bare land and a signboard and a few people looking a bit cagey, not wanting to speak. When we probed a little bit, we realized that, the project had been abandoned. So all the money that had been pumped into it, as over $11 million worth of funds, had disappeared.
Oh my goodness.
And so, I know, that was terrible. So that was kind of like a turning point for me. It was painful in a sense. And I thought, wow, our money that we give willingly to charities just goes like that without any accountability. And so I thought, there must be a way that I can do something in my lifetime that will make charities accountable, or be much more accountable than, so that thing that is situation can't happen again like that in my watch. And so that's when FunDonor kind of was birthed, because I merged these two ideas together. So one was the young people being empowered to give back, and the second thing was getting charities to be more accountable. And the idea is that any charity who is on board through our platform will sign up to a transparency protocol, and they must adhere to that protocol. Otherwise, we don't give them any funds we raise. And that protocol simply states that the audit trail is very clear, very specific, and it's from the top right the way through, and it will show exactly how your money's been spent. Account for it, penny by penny, even if you've donated just $1. And that's what charities must sign up to before we agree to even work with them. And so that's the idea in the future for when we start, hopefully, probably first quarter, second quarter of next year. And the FunDonor itself is a very simplistic idea. It's absolutely, it's straightforward to me. I hope I can explain it that way. But what will happen on the platform is you'll have, so where you see that the young people now on FunDonor, that will be replaced with a completely like a very tactile platform that will integrate lots of people on there at once.
Okay.
And the whole premise is for influencers to use the platform to raise money for their charities. That's why we need charity compliance and accountability. So if you're like a celebrity, an A-list celebrity, or a recognized celebrity, for instance, and you want to raise money for your charity. So let's say, Liz, I don't know, you're a Hollywood star, right? Let's put you in Hollywood now. And
I'm working my way there.
And you're looking out your window and you can see the Hollywood sign, you know what I mean? And you're thinking, I need to raise some more awareness and money for breast cancer awareness or whatever, whichever charity you choose, you're close to your heart.
Yeah.
And somebody, an ambassador, happens to link you to FunDonor. So we'll have young ambassadors can sign up for free and become part of the enterprise. And all they need to do is use social media tools to link people together. So they might approach and say, hey, why not join FunDonor and raise money for breast cancer awareness? It doesn't cost you anything. All you do as an influencer is say, oh, that sounds good. I'll put out a tweet, I'll put out an Instagram, I'll put out a TikTok, whatever it is, to all my followers. And Liz, you have, for this purpose, you have like 50 million followers, yeah? Mm-hmm. Agreed?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got 50 million people out there that watch your content, and a lot of them engage. And you say, look, my name's Liz. I do this Teatime series. I'm going to do a very exclusive session and bring in a co-host, and we're going to sport something together on this day. I need whoever's interested, wants to come and join me, just donate $1 to my charity, breast cancer awareness. So you send that message out to all your platforms. And because you got 50 million people, let's say 1% of them respond, just for argument's sake, or 2%. And you manage to raise $1 million for your breast cancer awareness charity. Yeah. All you need to do, so that your page will be live on the site for 30 days. And after that, you will randomly pick a winner to who person will come and do that shot with you, or that co-hosting thing, or whatever you want to give, they'll come and do it with you. So if it's an actor, they might want to say, come to my set and be part of the backdrop, or be part of the crew or the cast, or we'll have coffee, we'll hang out together for whatever. So you're offering them something they'll cherish for life. And that money goes to charity. So yes, when it does become popular that way, the idea is that those charities must account for that money they get. And if they can't, if they don't, then we don't give it to them. But the creative thing about all of this is the ambassador. So those young ambassadors who've registered online for, to be part of this, and they're reaching out to people to engage them with, they get a percentage. They get 1% of a stake in anything that comes in. That's technically it's ring fenced to them. So if you've raised $1 million, that ambassador gets $10,000. So, but listen to the catch. We don't want to just throw money at them, young people. That's not the point, because it's all charitable. So we put a certain amount. The cutoff for that is $1,000, and then we taper anything else downwards but that money is theirs. So we create a cyber bank for them, an online cyber platform that they can now use that 9,000 remaining dollars to do whatever they want that's charitable, that's educational, the education based, that's mission focused. So they can sponsor somebody who's doing a marathon. They can, go to China, to Tibet, to, rescue some tigers. They can go on, an exciting, cruise to raise money for charity. They can do anything that's charitable, or pay for their education or a friend's education, or rescue someone in Africa, wherever. So long as it's within the guidance of charity or education, they can put that money there. And that's how we hope to engage young people in inspiring them to give back and, engage in acts of kindness. So the idea is you have a few influencers at a time on this platform, all raising money for their charities. And whoever raises the most, they find themselves at the top of the website or the web page, and whoever's got the least goes downwards. So you should have, even the influencers should be having fun fighting it out to see who gets to the top. That's the concept. So they're all tweeting, "Oh, I can beat you. I can beat." I don't know
It's
if you heard
almost
this.
like a bidding war.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard of this feud. There's so many celebs that have these feuds from time to time, and there's one between. There's a very famous one with the boxer Floyd Mayweather and 50 Cent. They've been fighting for years. They keep abusing each other. They do, and they're always challenging each other. So that's a perfect way to do it for a good cause. Come on and challenge me. I'll beat you in FunDonor. All right, no, you're rubbish. I'll beat you. And then they try and tweet and Insta and raise money and see who gets the most. That's the simplest way to explain it.
Yeah, because
So
I noticed on your Instagram page you have like a lot of celebrity artwork. Like, is that to
yeah,
encourage the celebrities to jump on board? Like, what's
we're
behind
just
all
you.
of that?
Well, I've found out the hard way that it's very difficult to engage with celebrities. They're too busy, or they just don't want to know unless you recommend it firsthand with someone who's vouching for you, or somebody can carry you on their back to the project. So we did manage to get an agent for Rihanna and David Beckham's publicity to get interested, but
Okay.
they didn't get interested to the point of actually doing something. They just said, "Yeah, it sounds cool. Yeah, we're interested. Yeah, when you start off, let's see what happens." That kind of thing, but nothing positive to say we'll do this or we'll do that.
Well,
No, none of that yet.
it's like that with anything, right? When it's new, people want to see what you're going to offer first. So they always
Yeah,
want to see that little tidbit, right? Like what is actually going to happen in that. Once they see,
I
then they're
know.
all on board, then
Yeah,
they jump, right? And sometimes it
yeah,
takes time to just build
I
a brand
know.
platform. So
But I do get quite what I don't know what's the right words to use on your platform. What will pee you off is when all these influencers have so many all those quotes of celebrity quotes from when you just enter celebrity quotes online, you can get thousands and thousands and thousands. And sometimes we link them to the person as the quote, whoever it is, and they're all saying the same thing. All of them there's no exception that's
yeah,
telling you never give up, keep persisting, don't say no. Failure is a teacher. All the things that failure's part of building. You need to do all these things, and they tell you their story. I did this and I did that, and look where I am today. But when you're asking them to, okay, fine, but help me do the same thing. Why don't you just give me a shout out and say, all right, this is what we're trying to do for your charity? No, nobody wants to know.
and
It's
th- and
hard
this
to crack
and
in.
this is why I'm here. This is exactly what this platform is for. It's to open the door for the small person who's not getting seen. And you have an incredible thing coming. Like, people need to wake up. They need to see you. They need to hear you, and they need to say, you know what? Let me give you a chance. You need that one
Mm,
person to just give you that chance. And that's what Miss Liz is here for. Miss Liz does that. I open the door so that people can see the everyday person who wants to make a difference. And I truly believe that you will make a difference because of the platform. I've been following it, I've been checking it out, and I think it's
mm.
really cool. So, like, once I get to Hollywood, I'll back you up. Get me to Hollywood first. But no,
No
anybody
problem.
who's out there, any of the viewers that are watching, or anybody who watches the replay, I really want you to check out FunDonor because I really think that you have something here that will make a difference, that will impact the youths. And I really like that you have brought up the education because education is important.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
bringing that in is truly what we need to see. We need to see education. We need to bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
We need to stay focused. You know, we've lost our way a little bit with COVID, but we need to bring it back and we need to
Mm-hmm.
start getting educated again. And that's what I do. T is teaching educational awareness. So I'm bringing awareness to FunDonor, and anybody who's out there that would like to know about FunDonor, please check them out. Like I really truly believe that you have something here that will impact the youths and make them, because they're on social media, they're tweeting, they're Facebooking,
Yeah.
they're following.
Yeah.
So I don't see how this could not work. And it's different, and I love different because that's what I'm all about. It's different. So
You can have fun and make money and do good deeds at the same time. That's the
exactly.
key. And also gain an inroad into charities. So do something charitable at this
Exactly.
all at the same time.
There's not enough awareness on charity. You know,
Mm.
there's a lot of the bigger guys. You know, uh, I don't want to put any names out there because I don't want them to come after me. But the bigger guys have that support. They have that backup. It's the little guys that need that backup right now. We need people to start understanding that we too can make a difference. You know, we too have dreams and
Yeah.
goals, and we're hard workers too. Just give us a chance. You just need that one chance. I
Yeah,
really
of
truly
course.
believe you can do this. And that's why I have you here. That's why I
Thank you.
I, I, I want to help you the best I can. I do have a lot of people from all over. So, you know, and if any celebrities are watching Tea Time and listening or watching a replay out there, maybe have a cup of tea and talk about FunDonor and reach out to Chimi,
Chima.
Chima,
Chima.
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 So reach out to
Yeah.
Chima and Chima. So what I'd like to
Yeah.
ask you, Chima, what does tea mean to you?
Tea. Well, my mom's from the tea clan. She's a tea. I mean, she read all the reading tea. Have you done tea leaf reading and all that?
I have done some tea leaf reading, not myself personally, but I've gone to somebody who has read my leaves.
Yeah, she's was into all that. She's older now, so it's a bit difficult. But she's always been the one of a complete connoisseur of teas, and she's a tea time person. All the tea things they do in the UK, she's very much into that, and it's rubbed off on the family. So you something I'd never think of doing before. Go and have the tea and cakes and all those things that you do in the hotel, afternoon teas.
Yep.
I would never have thought of that, but now it's now it's normal. You know, all the
Tea
little
is coming
delicate
back.
pastries.
Tea is going to
Yeah,
make a difference. I'm telling you. Once
yeah.
people understand what tea really is, because for me, tea is not just a beverage. Like I do have my cup of tea here. I drink tea. Yes, I drink tea during tea time. But that's not what tea is. Tea is actually our lives. It's the
Mm,
past, the present, and the future. It's teaching us, it's educating us, and it's bringing awareness that our lives can
yeah.
change. And that's my goal with Tea Time is to have people like you on my stage sharing why you want to make a difference. So
Mm.
why is it so important for you for the youths? Do you have youths?
Well, because that's what Combine is all about. So if you had a look, you
Yep.
can see if you, well, maybe when you've went after the show, you can click on a few of the projects. Like I said, the really good, nice one was called Mirror the Master. That was where we went around the whole country.
Okay.
Boy, he's only 13 years old, so you can actually watch it through the links on the actual website.
So is that under the event link?
His life. Sorry?
Is that under the events? Because I can bring that up.
Yeah, you can look at, yeah, if you go, well, no, yes, you can go to the events, past events, and just look for, I think it's, let me just tell you where it is. So past events will take you down. Can you find Mirror the Master?
Would that be under the films
No, just past events.
just
So
past events?
there's past, current, and future.
I have the initiatives.
No, the next one is events.
Yeah.
Yeah, past,
The past.
and then go to Mirror the Master. So it's midway. No, not the way down. Just not too far from the top. Under Art of Change.
Under the Art of Change.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 down. Yeah, two more. One, that's it down. That's it.
So
That
Mirror
one.
of the Master.
Yeah. So
There we
then
go.
you can go down to the bottom. There's a blue highlight. So that links you to the documentary. Yeah. And that's where you can watch the story. So he went all through Nigeria, all across all
Okay.
zones. Yeah. And it was an amazing time. It was absolutely incredible. The adventures we had, it's good, bad, everything. It's incredible. But the kids they don't have anything, but they have inside themselves just pure innocence, and happiness, more or less. That's just makes you wonder. We have all these problems here, or we call them problems, not really problems. And then you go over there, they have nothing, but inside is pure joy. That's the boy that won. That's when that was about 3 years, a few years later when he'd grown up a little bit. So that was him when he was 12. Yeah. So yeah, he came to London. He'd never even seen the inside of a plane. It was kind of like a whole new world for him. And yeah, he was taken all around, cheeky.
He's got an attitude too.
Yeah, he's taken all around, and yeah, had an audience. He didn't meet the Queen, but he met the Queen's curator. And
Oh,
if you scroll away forward, you'll see him when he was presenting the portraits. So it's really something else. So this
yes.
is why I'm inspired with kids, because all our projects are youth focused. And we've done a lot of work empowering kids in different ways. And that's why I wanted to marry these two things together, is get the kids on the one side, and the charities as well. So give it that bigger purpose. Put it like that. That's what we're trying to do.
I like that you include the children, because this is where we need to be including our children, because I believe that there are future leaders, right? There is incredible kids out there that are doing incredible work. We
Yeah,
need to start paying attention. We need to start looking and
yeah,
seeking things, because there's incredible things out there happening that is right in front of our eyes, but we're just so busy looking at the bigger guys that we're forgetting about the little guys. And I think this is what we need to do, is we need to start looking at the little guys and seeing what they can bring to the table as well, and give them a
mm.
chance, because I believe if one person gives you a chance, you will make a difference. And I believe that you can make a difference. So.
Oh, I was on this coaching thing with one of the guys from Clubhouse, and yeah, he's become quite famous. And his advice from the very first word he said is just echoing what you're saying. It takes just one thing for this kind of project. I'm not saying for everything, but for this type of
Yep.
project, one single person to believe in what you're doing, and to believe in it to such an extent they'll come on as maybe even as a brand ambassador and
Mm-hmm.
sing your praises. And that is enough. So if you get one high level A-lister doing that and being part of it, that's it. But it's getting the connection to them. I mean, I can talk to anybody. If I'm given an audience with them and I can sit down for 5 minutes, I can sell it over. But I have to get to that point, you know? And so we have a team of young people reaching out every single day. We're trying to see how we can engage, but we still haven't managed to get the point where we have this, or met this A-lister, this celebrity, where we can sit down and talk these things through. And all the agents want to do is look at the money angle. They just want to see what you're bringing, fit
That
in who you are.
and that's one of my things that I have as well, is why the money all the time? Why can we not just give us a chance? We will promise to bring the money in the future, but give us a chance first, you know?
They don't see it that way. That's the thing. They just see it as the money, and that's what makes it difficult. So the day that probably that is broken and you have access to the person, our project, once it starts, I am sure can do wonders for anybody's career, really, because at the
Mhm.
end of the day, you're sponsoring and championing charities, so you can't really go wrong unless I'm a fraudulent scammer, which no, we're not. You can go and search as far and wide as you want, and you're not going to find anything negative, because that's part of what I'm trying to build. If I build something with a bad foundation, I'm setting myself up to fail. And we have it so entrenched in what we do that even the volunteers that come on board, they must sign a disclaimer before they can even, send out a tweet or send anything out. They have to respect what the morals are for what we do. And it's basically around protecting the integrity of the role model, because we expect we'll integrate and, work with role models at some stage. So you need to pledge a lifelong pledge of kind of like protection. So you're not going to defame anyone's character. You're not going to let them down. You're not going to breach their confidence. And I need that to be clear, so that if anyone challenges me or if something falters in the future, I can say, look, this is what we stand by. And if somebody breaks it, they're out. Most, when you go to any platform, or if you want to buy something, or you want to register with something, they tell you, see the terms and conditions, and you click yes, and they expect you to have read 57 pages. That's what you're saying. That's what you're doing when you're clicking yes. You've read everything. So when something goes wrong, they'll say, oh, but look at this clause 7256 here. You said you do this, but you never saw that. So
yeah, how many people actually read those 7 pages? They just go
nobody,
and accept, right?
Nobody. So we are introducing something different. There are core elements that you must read, agree over, and click I have read, to pass you on to another stage, in all the terms and conditions that protect the role model's integrity. So people even coming out cold can see that we're not messing about when it comes to that. And the only way that could be breached is if there's a criminal investigation that requires a subpoena for me to actually go and testify for something. Other than that, we're not going to breach anyone's confidence, and we're not going to defame their character. That's not our business. You're not going to find me doing that. Otherwise, everything's gone.
Yeah.
So we're fully focused on that, completely. Fully focused.
What is your goal with FunDonor? Do you want it globally, or do you want it just locally? Like, do you want it all over?
It's a global. No, it's global. We're working on international licensing, because it falls under like a game of chance.
Okay.
Because you're offering somebody a reward. It might not be money, but it's a reward based on them contributing $1. So technically speaking, it falls into most classifications as a raffle. And the raffles are governed by gambling laws in most places. So we need to meet up with fee structures within the UK, within America, with anywhere we go that's linked to the process. We have to cover those angles. So that eats into the margins somehow. But we know this has to take place. I believe you can piggyback in some areas on another one's laws or jurisdictions, but in the main frame, the big places like the United States and the United Kingdom and all over Europe, you do need to comply with gambling laws in there. And that's what we're trying to do. So we're having all those angles tied up in a sense. So it's just to make sure that we can go out there once we start. We've got a whole year to plan all that, so that when we do start, we're ready to kick off anywhere. So when you look at a platform like Amaze, I'm sure you've heard of Amaze.
Yeah.
They were doing something similar, but their margins they send much less to charity. Their overheads are higher. They take a bigger cut as well, and then their fees are quite steep. So you're paying $10, $15. We're just asking for $1, which is anybody's tip amount. We've seen it as you can afford to tip that when you go to buy, go to a bar or go wherever you want. It's an affordable amount for almost anyone, anywhere. And that way, once the payment structure is simple, that we're working on how to get that done, so that you don't have to go through a long transaction. You just flash it on your card. You can just do simple transactions that will just take $1 from your account straight away, or from your phone. Then it makes it easy. It just makes it easier. And then the other thing, luckily, on Clubhouse, very recently, we had to shift over the development team, because the developer that we had an agreement with, they lost their UK gambling license.
Oh.
So so we obviously we can't align with them anymore, because you can't have a license suspended.
Yeah. No, especially when you're doing something like this.
Yeah. So we had to restructure and get another team in. So we got someone on Salesforce through Clubhouse that works for a company called Enthyco. And we've all just now gone through all the motions to get it to the point where we're going to sign something in a couple of weeks. And that person at the head of this enterprise, he just got the idea so spot on and so clear, and was already working on the wireframing structure for the website without he's like gone off on a tangent. And that's what's inspired me, when somebody picks it up so clearly. And then he was talking to me about things that we have planned. I was planning to introduce once we've made a name, once we've established ourselves. We want to take a few more steps. And he was already thinking of things like that. And I said, how are you thinking like that? He said, I can just see what's going to happen. I can see exactly the appeal. I can see what people will be doing with it. I can see how you can appeal with it. It's just, and the potential is awesome. And I'll tell you, one of them is when you have an event like, what some of the celebrity events that the calendar ones, I don't know, the Emmys.
I'm not there yet. I'm getting there.
Yeah, but they're all structured normally around giving to charity in the back end. And so good one where the whole focus is on charity. And what FunDonor is saying is, hey, look at this, guys. With the mobile app, all you need is to take it to any event and say, hey, guys, I promise you that if you let us use this event as a platform, depending on the event, you could raise like probably $50-100 million in a night, based on the fact that you've got a congregation of proper celebrities, A-listers who have huge followings. They're all there for 3 hours, 4 hours, doing nothing but watching people climb on stage and win an award. Let them do something in the background that's fun by tweeting out to their fans and saying, hey, I'm doing a FunDonor thing for the Emmys. And it's all the money's going to go to whatever. Join me. And then they start competing with each other. So you got 100 celebrities there, all doing the FunDonor thing on the app in 3 hours, to try and reach as much as they can at the end of the show. And what you could have is an interface, a platform that will show it in the intermissions, in the break. So people can see how well I'm doing or how badly I'm doing. Then they can start fighting again. It's all about fighting for charity. But you have to have it. He just got this straight away. And I didn't even say it to him. I said, wow, that's amazing. These are things we're planning to do, but let's get started first.
Yeah. Well, that's it, right? You have to take that jump and just you just gotta try, because if you don't try, you don't know, right?
Yeah. So we'd love to connect with one at any point in the next 6 months, a year. If we can connect with one, reasonable major celebrity that will at least shout it out a bit for us and show that they're keen, then that would be great.
So is that your goal, to get a celebrity on board?
We'd like to get one. The goal is to launch the crowdfund by early next year.
Okay.
Finish in a month, pay for the platform, build it up through the development team, and get it launched in the middle of next year properly. Now, to get there, it could be any route, but we wanted to go the crowdfund route. So we'd use it to gain more followers, more publicity, and so on. It doesn't have to be. It could be private equity. It could be venture capitalism. It could be any way we want to, but we get to the point where we launch the platform. That's the key. And then once we've done that, the way it should work, it will be self-advertising. We shouldn't really need to advertise, because the celebrities have all the followers. Why advertise when they just need to send a tweet or send a Facebook Live or an Instagram or something and say, hey, do this. And then they build in a way to get companies involved. So if you imagine someone like, how do you say? I mean, let's bring you back to your Hollywood days now, because you're back in Hollywood, yeah?
I love being in Hollywood. Take me there anytime.
Yeah. So you're in Hollywood, and you're in your studio because you've got a film coming up, right? It's about to be launched, and you're running around for the public and all that stuff. And it's kind of hot news. So you're there in your studio as a Hollywood A-lister. Excuse me. And technically speaking, we as you can say, with the FunDonor thing, you can, all you need to do is put out a tweet or put out something to your followers, and that's it. They're on board. So what you want to do is, okay, this is the next thing. I want to brand my page with a company. Maybe you have an ethical company that you don't mind using you, but for the reward and privilege, they're going to double your donations. So you have a 30-day page. Let's say, what's your favorite brand?
My favorite brand's tea.
Which tea?
Oh my goodness, there's so many incredible teas out there. Oh, I'm not sure. Tea for life.
All right. So Tea for Life is a company. Tea for Life said, I would love to be branded on your page. Can we bring our products to you and use your page to advertise, to shout out, to talk about them? And for that privilege, we'll double whatever you get. So if you raise $1 million, we'll put in $1 million. If you raise 2, we'll put in 2. So you've doubled your charity donations just by allowing a company to come in and free fall with you for 1 month. And imagine, it might not sound feasible, but when you think of those kind of the celebrity A-listers that everybody wants to partner with, that kind of money is nothing in that sense. And it's all going into the charity. So it's a win-win. It's a win-win thing. And it doesn't have to, I mean, we have different packages. So it wouldn't have to be that you just double it. There could be the lower level bronze where it's a certain percentage, or high level gold where yes, you double and more, and things like that. So there's all sorts to happen. And then the experiences as well. It was a case of good. TikTok has just exploded, as you know. So TikTok is a crazy platform to take out all the videos.
I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Oh, it's lovely. It's lovely. So you can do that. And the content creators now are sitting in houses earning tons of money just producing content. But you can use these young people as ambassadors for things like FunDonor, because it's all youth-based.
Yeah.
And get them to go out and do some of these. Like, let's say, Liz, you're going to reward your $1 contribution person to come and shoot a scene with you in your next movie. Yeah. You want them to be in the scene. So you've said, I'm going to we'll put you in a scene. We'll make you up as whatever it is. And then they come along. And then we shoot all those little scenes. And then you put that we put that in the after, for your page. When your page is over, we put the aftermath and whoever wins the prize, we do all that kind of stuff. And everybody's tweeting about it. I'm excited. I just believe that at that point, it will be something that can, spiral. And when people are criticizing me and saying, look, it sounds like a one-off wonder, it's going to die after the first year, I say to them, well, it might do if we didn't have anything based, if we didn't have a foundation we're building, if we're not building up the youth, if we're not empowering them, if we're not giving education credits, if we're not giving them a bank to use their tokens to go and do things positive, I'd agree with you, but we're doing it different.
Yeah.
We have a totally different approach. So we're building that profile up in the sense that you can go in there and you can earn a vibrant, reasonable rewards doing what you love doing. Young people are going to love that, and they're going to just replicate it. And I think it'll be great.
Well, one thing I've learned is anybody who says it's rubbish or or they laugh at what we want to do, they're usually scared that we're going to do it. And that they don't have the courage to do it themselves. Don't follow their passion and their dreams. Because that's one thing I've learned. A lot of people, when I said that I was going to start Tea Time, they were like, oh my God, what are you going to do? Serve a cup of tea? You know what? It is what it is. And if it makes a difference on one person's life, that's what I'm here for. It's not about the numbers. It's not about the money. It's about making a difference in people's lives. And that's why I wanted to have you on Tea Time, was because you want to impact different people's lives, and you just need that one chance. And stay on Clubhouse, because Clubhouse is a new in thing, and there is connections. I have met incredible people on there. I've had a few of them on Tea Time. Morris, the connector, was on Tea Time. I met him on Clubhouse. Carmen Swick.
Morris.
Yeah, Morris was on Tea Time. I had Carmen Swick, who I met on Clubhouse, who is a children's author. You just never know who you're going to connect with. You need to connect, you need to network, and you need to work it. So just keep working it. And I truly believe that you can make a difference.
Morris is helping me set up my room. I'm just going to go for it because I've been procrastinating.
Oh,
And
you need to really stick with Morris because Morris is a go-getter. Morris will push you. I am
he,
telling you, that man is a
yeah.
change maker.
And so I said, look, next week, I don't care, I'm doing it. He said, and another Morris said, look, you just have to stop thinking about it, do it,
And I probably
engage
know
some
that
people,
Morris too. I probably have him on Instagram because I think I know which
engage
Morris you're
people,
talking
yeah,
about.
talk to them, engage them, get them all to come on board. And you might have 4 people, 5 people, but you start and
Yeah.
then you build and then you learn and then it develops and it just goes from there. So Morris got, I don't know how many rooms he's got now, but there's quite a lot of engagement piling up, and it's about doing it like that. So I'm going to do it and see. I want it, it's kind of like a selfish room because all we're going to be doing is trying to build the dream. So the dream is fun donor.
But
Anyone
we have
involved
to be
can build.
selfish. In order to live our dreams, we need to be selfish. There's nothing wrong with
Hmm.
being selfish. You know,
Hmm.
when you really believe in your dream and your passion, you can be selfish.
Hmm.
I'm selfish. I serve tea. And I don't care if one person tunes in or 100 people tune in. I'm serving tea and I'm serving a difference. Each cup is different. So we really need to stop worrying about what other people think of us and just do it. Just jump. Like I'll
Yeah.
push you. I'll get Morris to push you, and I'll get the other Morris. Like we have your back. Like it might take some time, but you can do this, and I truly believe in it. So I'm going to
Yeah.
ask you one question. So
Yeah.
if I give you the word T, if you give
Hmm.
me a word for each letter, TEA, what words would you
Oh,
give me?
I wasn't expecting that one.
I always throw a loop in there because that's what
Um,
I do.
Transparency, what we're about, empowerment, and what's the last one? I guess advocacy, something
I
like that.
like that.
Mm.
You just served your tea. You just told me who you are as a person. You are very transparent. You are very open. Your second word was empowerment. You want to empower youths. That's your present right now. You're working on empowering people.
Yeah,
And advocacy. So you want to make a difference. You want to be that voice for the voiceless. See? And that's exactly what your bio says. You just told
yeah,
me who you are as a person with your cup of tea. And this is
that's
what I do
cool.
with tea is I
Yeah,
show you your past, your present, and your future by just
yeah,
sharing your words because they came from you. I didn't tell you who you were. You
yeah,
told me.
yeah,
So
yeah.
those
Great.
words
Yeah.
came from you. Those are your words. And that is your life. You just served your cup of tea, your life in front of
Yeah.
all of my viewers and all the people that will be watching the replay. So it shows that you are very open and honest and that you want to make a difference. So
Mm.
anybody who is watching or watching the replay, I really want you to reach out and learn more about Fund Donor and just give a chance. Give this man a chance. You might just
Mm.
be surprised. You might be the next change maker out there if you invest. We invest in silly things. We invest in new clothes, new cars, new houses. Why can we not invest in our youths? Why can we not invest in education?
Mm.
And why
Mm.
can we not invest in Fund Donor? Like,
Mm.
we just need to start paying attention and making a difference for everybody out there. The little guys need to start being seen. The big guys, you've already made your money, you've already made your name. Now it's time for us to be seen. It's time for us to make the difference. So I really truly want you to understand that what you have in front of you is a difference. So I don't want you to give up on it because of all the naysayers or the people who are saying
Yeah.
it's rubbish.
Mm.
Just continue. It's going to be hard, but you can do it. I truly believe you can. And that's why I have you on Tea Time. And that's why my viewers and the replay viewers that are going to watch, they will reach out to you and they will encourage you as well because sometimes we need that. We need that encouragement to stay strong. I
Mm.
don't have all the answers. I struggle, but I'm very authentic and I'm very real. I live
Mm.
my life with integrity. I wouldn't do something that I wouldn't want somebody else to do to me. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
how I live my life. I'm just a lady who serves tea. Like I'm very simple. I'm not changing for anybody. I'm very raw and honest and truthful.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and this is what we need. We need that. We just need to
Hmm.
be real with ourselves. So if you could give a message to all the youths out there that are watching right now about Fund Donor, what message would you give to them?
Well, to be honest, with young people, what we are trying to actually form a kind of a, we want to expand and grow the volunteer team. And so we are asking young people who are social media savvy, who understand. how the SEO structures work, how the algorithms work, how the dynamics of connecting and organicness. Yeah, we want to hear from people like that who might want to just spend an hour or two a week or whatever it is and contribute to something that might impact them for their life. So that's what we'd like to do and build the strategy up, because our strategy is, if I'm being honest, is quite poor. So it's not, the engagement is low, the social media status quite low. We're working on how to build it. We're not sure what will do it. I heard from an Instagram algorithm person the other day about what we need to try and do. So I'm going to see if that starts working on the team. But we do need to get more young people who want to do blogging, who want to do TikTok stuff, who want to do media, actual blog, all sorts, all the social media platforms. We're happy to, listen and see what we can do just to push up the engagement. That's what we want to do. And so when we do launch, people remember that, oh yeah, hey, I remember these guys, they've done this or they've done that. Or even getting to mainstream media as well. You never can tell what you can do to do that with. But we do need young people to help. So if anyone out there that would want to, they just need to let me know. And once we have a chat, we can just make sure that you're a fit for what we want to do. That's it. You're on board. You sign that disclaimer we talked about, so you protect the role model's integrity all the time. And then we start on a weekly course of action and then build it up as we go. That would be what I'd say. Yeah.
That's awesome. So, if there's one thing you could change in the world, what would it be right now?
In the world, I think I would change the key thing that what I'm trying to do now is just put some transparency in process that people use to spend other people's money. So just make it such a way that you can't go and just dilute it or you can't stream it off, but it's accountable, it's there, it's structured, you can report for it. That's what I'd try and change, because that would affect everything that we do everywhere. It would affect everything.
I really think that we need that, right? We need that transparency back. People need to start being real, and being honest. And I think that's going to make the difference. And that's what's going to really impact. And we need to bring the fun back. Like, I think that's what I really enjoyed when I checked out you on Instagram, was the creativity of your platform and that, and just the artwork. Like, I was truly amazed. I was like, oh my God, that is so cool. Like how he's doing that with the celebrities and that. So that's what really drew me in, was the difference. I love different. I love different blends and flavors. I don't like somebody who's doing the same. Like if everybody's selling candles, like, what is different about your candle? It's like somebody out will ask me, what is different about my tea? My tea is not like anything else. It is not. There are people out there that are doing podcasts and stuff on tea, but not like me. That's what's different about me. And with FunDonor, I really like the artwork. That's what drew me in, was the artwork, was just to see the celebrities different. It was really, really impactful. So, like, is that you that's doing all of that artwork, or
is that what?
Is it you that's doing all the artwork of the celebrities?
No. That's what Combine is about. I have over, at the moment, just under 100 artists, I believe, I represent. Yeah. So they're all scattered around Africa, and they just do, depending on what we're doing. So next month we're having a big exhibition. No, not next month. Maybe next October time. We're just waiting on the funding to come through, which should be in the next couple of weeks. And if that's all clear, yes, we're at the Guildhall. I don't know if you heard of the Guildhall, but that's a royal venue. And again, it's linked to the Royal Collection too. And we're going to be taking kids on an adventure. So the kids involved in the project are going to go fishing for plastics. So they're going to go in the River Thames. They're going to go on the boat and they're going to fish out plastics and choose with an artist what they're going to use as a recycling project in the gallery. That's one of the artists. And then the other artists, we're going to recycle clay. They use recycled clay pieces to build very big monumental installations. And so we've got these two artists coming from Nigeria next month. And they're going to be stationed in the gallery for 2 months doing their work, while schools can come in and do workshops with them around how to express themselves through arts. And some will be doing some filmmaking and documentary stuff, and others will be doing the artwork and the poetry. Because it's all based on a guy named John Keats, who was a poet that died 200 years ago. And yeah, so all these things, there's lots of creativity in the background that's taking place.
I love it.
Yeah.
I really, I really love artwork because art is education, and people need to really look deeper within, because when I look at the artwork, I'm just like blown away. So So if anybody would like to reach you, how could they reach you?
Well, my contacts are all over the site. So if you go to the Combini site and you click on the the structure there, you'll see that's me. So you just need to go and look at under the About section and look for the management. That's me there. But then if you go to FunDonor, you have my contacts right there. So you just go to, when you go into FunDonor, you've got our team, and in that our team section, you've got a contact bit there. So anyone can contact me through there. I've got two emails and a phone number that comes direct to me.
And I believe you're on Instagram as well, right?
Yes, Instagram is on as FunDonor as well. Facebook as FunDonor. Twitter the same, FunDonor. LinkedIn as well, on both. So you can. There's
you're on LinkedIn.
Ways.
I didn't know you were on LinkedIn. I will find that and I will get that up there in your tea time.
Oh yeah,
I'd like to put as much info as I can so people can reach out to you and really, if they're on a different platform, because not everybody's on Facebook, not everybody's on Instagram. So that's why I try to put in as much information as I can. So if somebody's on a different platform, they can reach out. And this is why I'm multi-stream this as well. So, so we can get you out there. We can open some doors, because sometimes it's just that one door that will make the difference. I know for myself, a big door is opening in September for me. So I really, really believe that that door will open for you as well. Stay connected on Clubhouse. Like I said, Clubhouse is a new thing. And there are people in there that will get you seen and get you heard. And I know both Morrises that you're talking about, and they will push you because they push me each and every day to stay who I am too as well. So we just need that encouragement, right? We just need that push sometimes. And when you do launch FunDonor, please let me know so I can update all the viewers and the guests, because that's what I do is I do an update on all of my guests. And then at the end of the year, I do a reunion show with all the Tea Time guests of 2021. So you will be invited to that as well. And it'll give you a chance to connect with other Tea Time guests. And you might interact and connect and network, maybe even create something. Or they might have a contact that we're not aware of, You just never know who has a connection, right?
Yeah, of course.
So I'm really big on networking and connecting. So and check out the tea times, any of the other tea times that you have seen, check them out, connect with them. You just never know. More, like I said, Morris was on Tea Time, and Morris, so connect with Morris. He might have that door for you, and he has connections with celebrities. He's driven Justin Bieber, and that. So he does have connections, and he might be able to say, "Hey, just give this man a chance," He's got something really, really good going on here. And I believe that Morris is launching his TV show on Apple TV.
Oh, yeah.
So, there's doors that will open for you. Just stay connected. And,
definitely.
And things will happen for you. I truly believe that FunDonor will be the next difference. And you never know, maybe check out to the celebrities that are children, because you are working with youths. So maybe check out some of the youths.
Oh yeah, that's an idea.
Check out the scouting agencies, and that they might be able to connect you. Sometimes we need to go to the little guys in the business as well to get started. So as much as we want the big guys to notice us, sometimes it's the little guys that will notice and make the impact. So
that's true.
Angie Sikla, she was on Tea Time last year, and she's a scouting agent, and she signed Ryan Gosling. So you could maybe reach out to her, check her out. She's on Tea Time, and she has connections.
What's her name?
Angie Sikla Seymour. And she's the AMTI agency for scouting for actors and that. So she might be able to help you. Like I said, stay connected. I encourage all of my Tea Time guests, past, present, and future, to stay connected, reach out together, network, and make a difference, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to make a difference one cup at a time. And I really want to thank you for joining me today for Tea Time, because this is what we need. We need a voice, and you just gave your voice, and you just shared your tea with the world. You're big on transparency, empowerment, and advocacy. So that's your tea. So serve your tea. Bring your tea to the table, and maybe sell it like that. Hey guys, here's my tea. Invest in me, you know? So,
yeah, of course.
you know,
No
and
problem.
sometimes maybe businesses too. Reach out to them, and they have connections with celebrities because they have sponsorships. There's always a way. Don't give up.
Yeah, it's very tedious. That's why we need the teams, the young people,
Mhm.
to give them specific areas to do things like that.
Yeah.
That'll work. That'll work. Yeah.
I
No, of
really, I
course.
really think that this is the new thing. So just don't give up. And if you need any help at all, reach out to me. My door is open. And if I have a connection that I can give to you, I will give it to you, because I
Okay,
love
thanks.
seeing youths making a difference, and I love seeing different making a difference. So, because that's what they
Thanks
are.
a lot.
They're making a
Yeah,
difference. So.
thanks.
So again, I want to thank you for joining me for Tea Time. I want to thank all of the viewers that have watched today. If you're watching the replay, please put in the replay that you're watching a replay and where you're watching from, what platform you're watching from Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, because I'd like to know where my audience is coming from so I can stay connected as well, and I can reach out and better my platform as well.
Yeah.
And I will have a new Tea Time next week with an incredible speaker, Cynthia Morley, who spoke at the Sean Fair Leadership Experience Tour back in April. She will be on Tea Time and be speaking on the awareness on mental health, which I truly am really, really looking forward to that Tea Time. And if you haven't heard about Sean Fair, please check out Sean Fair. He has connections, and he is a man who is making a difference as well. And I will be one of the speakers in September, speaking in Detroit, live stage. So if you want to check that out, it is virtual and live. So you could watch right from the comfort of your home and grab yourself a ticket and check out how I'm going to serve a cup of tea. You got a little bit of my tea, but there's a lot more tea coming. So I want to thank you again, and stay connected, and let's see what we can do together.
No problem. I will do.
Okay,
I
thank
will.
you.
Okay.
And I
You
will
still
see
got?
everybody next week on the 20th with the new Tea Time.
Okay. Do I log off now?